So students, as I said just now, as I said in the previous one, this is correct. That is, your variable length argument should be at last in the receiving method call. Similarly, see this one. This is wrong. Why? Because the variable length argument is not at last. So this is incorrect. Wrong. This is correct. And one more point to note down or to remember is this one. A method call can have only one variable. As you can see over here, there are two varacks. So this is also not allowed. This is also wrong. Okay then. Now, overloading varag methods. So Varax 3, I have copied this program in my notepad. I will show you in my computer. So see students, in this particular program, what is the heading? It is overloading. What do you mean by overloading? In a class, there can be methods with same name but with different parameters. So you can see over here, I will provide the line numbers also to this program. At line number 3, there is var test, but with the parameter as integer varag. Whereas over here, same method at line number 9, but with the data type as boolean varag. Whereas same method at line number 15, but with two parameters. Okay, two parameters. One is string, another one is int varag. So this particular program is demonstrating overloading of varags. And the rest of the thing is same concept as you have seen in previous last two classes. What is overloading? Okay. I need not explain, but just see here. This particular method call is going to call which method? The method at line number 3. Okay, but whereas var test of testing 1020, that is line number 24, will give a call to this method. Remember here, why testing is a string, the first one, it will match with this. And the last, that is 25th line method call, will call obviously this method call. So this particular program is demonstrating the concept of overloading of variable length argument. Then next, after this, there is a concept of variable length argument and ambiguity. Okay, what is that ambiguity? You will see here, this is the last program of today's class, last concept I can say. Okay, even this program I have copied in my computer. Varax 4 it is. Let me open it. See here students, as line number 6 and 12, you can see same methods. So this program is the demonstration of overloading of varax. But what is the ambiguity? Ambiguity means confusion with the compiler. What is the confusion? You see here for line number 20, it is going to call this method. It is clear. Then this method will call this method. It is clear. But this one is going to call whom? Either 6th method or 12th method. That is the problem over here. So that is an ambiguity. You can see the comments. This program contains an error and will not compile. Okay, students. Now, what I'll do is I will make some changes in the program and you can observe here. Okay. What you all do is over here, you all provide 1 here. See here at line number 22. the argument I'm passing as 1, or I'll pass as 1545, I'll pass something. Okay, now what to do is, in the command prompt, compile this program first. It is compiled, and run the program now. See, it is displaying the last one. How it is able to call this one, this method. Why? Because there is an integer value. But same thing, what to do is, just remove this. You will able to see an error. See here. Why? Because empty means it can call anyone, either this or either this. So over here, it is not able to understand to whom it should actually call. Okay, so that is the ambiguity over here. You can see over here in the command prompt, line number 22, reference to test is ambiguous, confused to whom it should call. Line number 22 should call either line number 6 or line number 12. That is the confusion. Okay, now same thing, what to do? You make a change over here. You write something like you write Deccan. Now to whom it will call, you observe here. Okay, I have not saved, I think. Yeah, sorry. The another one is true or false. No? Okay, I'll make it as true. See here, it is compiled. Now run it. See the last one. Now to whom it is able to call? It is able to call to the next method. Why? Because the argument is now true. Before, what I did, I passed here 40 to 45 as argument, so it was able to call this one. But now, as I'm passing true over here as an argument, so it is able to call this line number 12. So if nothing is there, it is getting confused. I hope you all have understood why it is getting confused, because it is not able to decide to whom it should call. It can call to this one also. It can call to this one also. That is the ambiguity. So you see here, somewhat unexpected errors can result when overloading a method that takes a variable length argument. These errors involve ambiguity because it is possible to create an ambiguous call to an overload Verax method like this one only. See, you can see here, this test can call either to this, either to this. So there is a confusion. Okay, if you have two methods like this also, no, there will be a confusion. Like to this one, test of 1. Test of 1 can call to this one, and also it can call to this one. So this will also be an ambiguity. So you can see the parameter list of test differ. There is no way for the compiler to resolve the following call. That is this one. I hope you all have understood. Then tomorrow's class we will start inheritance. Okay, students. Now you all can leave. You all can leave.